And we are live. We're about to go live on Instagram once it pops up. There we go. It is Monday night. It is 10 p.m. and we are on the couch. It is time for spiritual therapy. I pray that all of you are doing absolutely amazing. It's Monday. Come on, let's come on in here. We are live on Instagram. We're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. And let's get ready to rock and roll. Christy, I already see you in the chat. It's good to see you. It's good to see Brandon Wells in the building. Thank you for going ahead and checking in. It's good to see Jaslyn. All right, it is Monday night. And it is time to get to work. We got a lot of stuff to deal with. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. But before we do that, let's give people time to come on in. If you are in the office, y'all go ahead and get on your phone. Make sure y'all share it. Make sure y'all tag people in it. Let's go ahead and get some activity in the chat. I see Jazz in the chat. I see Larissa in the chat. Thank y'all so much. Let's get it going. Were we live last week?
Yes.
We were. I was tired. I was tired. Somebody texted me and said, Apostle, you look tired. I know. I was like, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. All right. But I was tired. I see Lance. All right, there we go. We jumping up. What it do, people? Come on in. It is Monday night and it's time for spiritual therapy. I'm super excited. Last week, we tried to recap the Destiny experience. We were tired. We were fatigued. We were done last week, but we have another opportunity to come on this week, and I'm super excited. We're not going to go to the couch yet, but when we do go to the couch, y'all will be excited as well because we got a special guest on the couch today. It's going to be really, really dope having a conversation with her. We got Ariel is in the building. Our production lady is in the building, so she's going to be making sure we stay on point with all of our hot topics and stuff like that. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and check my phone, but I pray you guys are doing well. Look, I want to get ready to do roll call, and we're going to throw it to the couch. But I remember growing up, and one of the titles of Jesus Christ, they called him the great physician. I don't know if y'all ever heard this term. As a matter of fact, old people used to sing a song and say, I don't even know the song.
Jesus is my doctor.
Call him up.
Come on in the room.
So it's about 5 songs happening right now. Okay, that's Shirley Caesar, right?
Come on in the room.
Come on in the room. That's not the one I'm thinking about.
Yes, it is.
That's what I'm thinking about? He writes down all my scriptures. Right? But I'm thinking like, if you need a doctor in the sick room, lawyer in the court, but tonight we're going to get a chance to meet Jesus because, people say they have a relationship with Jesus, right? Jesus is multidimensional and multi-sided. So there is a warrior side to him, right? There's a mentor side to him. There's a rabbi side to him. But why we don't ever access the therapy side of him?
That's good.
Right? Because if he is a physician, he knows our mind, he knows our emotions, he knows our soul. Yep. So why does it seem like when it comes to our mental and emotional health, we just abdicate our relationship with Jesus or his involvement in that area altogether? And we're going to talk about that a little bit tonight. We're going to talk about it because it seems like the world is going crazy. Y'all, Trump just got convicted. Did y'all put that on there? Yep. Trump just got convicted. So we want to talk about that. I was talking to somebody. I'm not going to say who it was. If I said their name, all of y'all would know. I ain't going to say who it was. All right. But I was talking to somebody and they made a statement. They said, man, I'm just letting you know in November, I'm voting for Trump. And I was taken aback. I was aghast. I was flabbergasted. I was surprised. I was like, what? And it's like, yeah, man, I'm voting for Trump. So I'm thinking this person is a relatively intelligent person. So I said, well, tell me why. And I'm really thinking that they're going to tell me something that I don't know. They're going to tell me a policy that I haven't, looked into or whatever. And they looked at me and said, because we want to make America great again. I said, man, if you don't go sit yourself down. I said, so you going to repeat to me the talking points? What exactly is he going to do? And I'm not saying don't vote for this person or vote for this person. I'm just saying we need to know the policies. Like, what exactly is the administration planning to do? But people are going crazy. Election year, we got stuff going crazy. Y'all just saw what happened in Gaza. What's the name of that area? Rafah or something like that. It was like a refugee camp, and they just, blew that up and dropped some bombs on that. So we want to talk about that. There is a lot happening in the world, and I'm praying that your faith is grounded, that your faith is stable. I'm praying that you are mentally and emotionally clear and sober. But in order for you to deal with everything that life has to offer, even more specifically, everything that this season of life has to offer, you're going to have to be mentally and emotionally healthy. As a matter of fact, if you know that this season demands your mental and emotional health, do me a favor, just type in the chat, I'm in that season. Type in the chat, I'm here. Type in the chat, me, or something. Let me know that I'm talking to you, because the level of responsibility, the level of influence, the level of access, the level of favor that God is giving you is going to require you to be very mentally and emotionally clear, stable, sober. The rooms that you're going to go in are going to blow your mind. The opportunities God is going to give you is going to blow your mind. And if you are not mentally and emotionally prepared for that, it can break you. It can hurt you. It can do more damage than it does good. And so we want to talk about all of that tonight, and it's going to be dope. So do me a favor, everybody, y'all, we got to do the work of an evangelist. Your job is not just to come on, get impartation, get the information, but do me a favor and let's go ahead and share it. We got people are joining, but I need y'all to go ahead and like the video, and I need y'all to go ahead and share the video. I see y'all. Yeah, what to do? All right, let's go ahead and do roll call, and we'll get to it. Christy, it's good to see you. Jaslyn, it's good to see you. We got John David in the building. Ursula is in the building, y'all. Yeah, we got to get that darn thing on the video, on the thing. All right, Ursula, it's good to see you. Thank you so much for being consistent. We got Lance in the building. I see Daniel in the building. Shakara, this is my first time seeing your name. It's good to see you. What to do? Shakara's in the building. Joseph, I see you. A fuller perspective is in the building. That's Jazz and Matthew. Thank God for that. Jazz and Matt. It's so awesome to have a phenomenal podcast. Please go check that out on A Fuller Perspective. All right. Kara Santiago, it's good to see you. Isaiah, I don't know why I was about to do something so it's just, I'm not. All right, come on, let me drink some water. Let me get. Once I heard Santiago, all right, but it's good to see you. It's good to see Patrick. Hey, Apostle, I love you. I sent you a birthday video. Love you and your wife. Congratulations on 1 year. Tim, what to do? I got your text. All right. I know I think I liked it. I think I responded. If I didn't, forgive me. I did. I loved it. I liked it. All right. I'll respond a little bit later, but it's good to see you as well. Tamara, it's good to see you. Jasmine and Chanel, it's good to see. How many pages y'all got, Matt? Y'all got a fuller perspective. I see Matthew and Jasmine, Jazz on you. I'm like, goodness, great. How many ways can y'all watch? Ruth, it's good to see you. Tina, it's good to see you. All right, let's get ready to rock and roll. It's good to see Lisa. Lisa's in the building. It's good to see Tierra, you know I love you, girl. It's good to see you. Joseph, Eric Kuntz is in the building. What to do, Kuntz? It's good to see Albert. It's good to see you, man. I think you text me as well. Stephen, it's good to see you. All right, we got a good crowd on. We building. Julia, it's good to see you. You know I'm praying for you. Always good to see you. I think I saw you. Where did I see you? At the Destiny Experience, I think is where last time I gave you a hug. It's good to see Liz in the building, and it's good to see Octavia. All right, I gave you roll call. If you're not on yet, you're going to be late, you tardy, so I'll say what's up to you a little bit later. But I want to introduce y'all to our guest that's on the couch. We got somebody that's familiar, and we got somebody that's not too familiar. It's her first time. You can go to the couch. We got Brandon Wells and Jaleesa Faye in the building. What do you do? So first of all, we're super privileged and we're super excited to have Brandon. Is always a great addition to the couch. Great conversation, really articulate. So he does a phenomenal job. But Jaleesa Faye, this is her first time on the couch, and she's actually in town because she's on tour with Ty Tribbett. And so I want her to tell us just a little bit about kind of, the ins and outs, in the sense that I know she probably flew in. I don't know when she flew in, but tell us when you flew in, what you're doing. I know you fly out tomorrow, so thank you so much for being with us. But tell us a little bit about what's going on in your world.
So we are on tour. There are 20 dates total. I think tomorrow will be show 13. 12 or 13, something like that. Flew in yesterday for a show at the Coca-Cola Roxy that was sold out.
Come on now. That's amazing.
Good. I'm on tour with Ty Tribbett. I don't know if I said that, but that's what I'm with.
Yep.
And yeah, we leave tomorrow at 11:30. So
and where y'all go? Y'all going where now?
We are going to Indianapolis, Indiana.
So how many cities is this in the last week?
In the last week, we have 4 or 5.
That's crazy. That's great. And I want y'all to know, all right, the reason she sounds like this is because she on tour. She's singing, all right?
Yes.
She don't drink cigarettes and she ain't, she
Drink cigarettes is crazy.
She got that sultry sound like, how y'all doing in there?
No.
Right? It ain't that. She been singing. She been ministering. And if
2.5
you have
hours every
never,
night.
I'm sure y'all have heard of Jaleesa Faye, but if you haven't, go to YouTube, go to iTunes, type in her name. She got projects. She leads praise and worship at a phenomenal church, World Overcomers, right? World Overcomers right there in North Carolina. Now, let me ask you a question, because me and Jeff, were you with me when so me and Jeff had to go preach there. Maybe it wasn't last year. It was last year. Were you there when we were there?
At World Overcomers?
Yeah.
No, that was the year before last. Had to be for revival.
Okay, so that was the year before last.
Last year was in Charlotte.
You weren't at that church then?
Oh. I was visiting though.
Oh, okay. So you weren't even there then. So when we went, she wasn't there. But then I did get a chance to meet her at a conference. And that was crazy because I had to preach and she saw me before I preached. And it's one thing because most of the time we go somewhere, people sing before we preach. I got to be very careful, man. I got to be very careful. You don't know people who be watching this stuff, man. I got to be very careful. Yeah. All right, you got to be very careful. But we went to a city.
This is therapy. It's a
This is 100%. We got to get this off my therapist said that I got to be more honest.
Yeah.
And my therapist said that when I don't like something, I need to say it.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Hear me. Let me tell you something. I walk around the house all day long, and whatever my wife do, like my wife would do something, I'd be like, my therapist said that if I feel triggered, that I really need to have my distance, so I'm gonna need you to go in another room or something like that. She's like, what? I'm like, I ain't doing that. My therapist said that when people reject what I say, that it really triggers me. So I'm gonna need you so anyway, today's episode is called My Therapist Said. Okay. Because we're gonna talk about that. But 100%, I gotta get this off my chest. Because sometimes you go places and you gotta minister and you can go back and forth because, okay, let me just say this. Okay, sometimes you go somewhere to minister and I don't know if it's only, I don't want to say the promoter, the pastor, whoever's setting up the event. I don't know if they adequately articulate everybody's assignment. So you end up having people trying to do more than what they were asked to do, right? Yes. So, and again, if you were asked to do more, hey, do exactly what you're asked to do. But most of the time, a minstrel and a psalmist, and again, we got Jaleesa, so she can correct me. Most of the time, I even hate this idea that they're just creating an atmosphere for the word. I don't like, you know what I mean? Because we're prepared. It's we're doing a lot more than that. You know what I mean? This moment is more. It's for more than just the preacher. You know what I mean? Right. But you have somebody, we went to a place and let's say they were supposed to do 3 songs. That was the intro. Mighty. Oh. That was the one. No, after they did the 3 songs, that's when they said, all right, now this is why I really came. Yes. And you sitting there and first of all, how long you want me to stand up? Yeah. When you already know I'm about to be standing up for another hour and a half preaching. And now, because if I sit down, it's gonna look a certain way, and they're gonna say stuff like, some of y'all just sitting there. I'm like, oh shit, let me stand up or whatever. Come on, open your mouth. And I'm like, I don't want to open my mouth because I gotta preach. Yeah. I went to a place. This was out of the country, and it's funny because this particular person who was supposed to lead worship before us, we all like him. I was in another country. You about to mute me? You had to get off your chest. It's therapy. Hear me. So it was that guy. All right, I can't let y'all hear that. All right, don't worry about it. All right. or girl. but they led before I was preaching, and so I'm like, oh, this is so great. Mm-hmm. The man stopped singing, start preaching. Yeah. I said, oh man, okay. This is the word of the Lord. Okay.
Yeah.
Stop preaching, did an altar call.
Ooh. Oh.
Now, this is before I preach. My thing is, it ain't no juice left.
Yeah. You done did all.
You done did everything. So now I'm going to be redundant. No matter what I do, it's going to be like, it's going to be redundant. It's going to be overkill. And nobody's going to care about it. And so, well, throw it to the couch, please. Please throw it to the couch. You're not like that, are you? That's crazy. That's crazy. So how do you gauge, like, do you just go in, do you do your assignment? Do you go in, create an atmosphere? Like, how do you gauge how far to go? Like, you know what I mean? Like, when you get in it, are you looking over like, okay, I'm over time? And then the pastor say, go ahead and go. Do you like, go ahead and go, like another 20 minutes? How do you handle that?
So most places that I go, they will tell me beforehand, like, okay, yeah, you know, we wanted you to do 3 songs or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But they'll be like, hey, you know, if you feel just go with it. Like, if you feel the spirit, just go ahead, be free. Some places, if they don't say that, I do my best to stick to the time. I'm really I'm always thinking as I'm leading. And I always want to make sure that I'm doing what the Lord wants me to do. So sometimes I might be like, okay, I might just pause for a second. If I'm like in the middle of flowing or something, I'll just pause. I'll be like, okay, I feel like I should say something, but should I, Lord?
Okay, look, there's worship leaders watching. There's psalmists watching. This is your opportunity to teach them and teach me. Yeah. All right, teach me because apparently I didn't know the signs. All right. One day somebody asked me to preach. Now we're not going to deal with the fact that they put me up late and they tried to cut my session short. I ain't gonna deal with that. Yikes. All right. And I didn't even know they was upset until we just happened to be at another conference together. We get in the room and they got something to say or whatever the case may be. Because I didn't know the signs, right? I didn't grow up in church. I don't know. Yeah. So when you ministering, what are some of the signs that worship leaders should look for to know they over time? They doing too much. What should they look for?
Okay, so number 1, if there's a clock.
Yeah, that's good.
Look at the clock. A lot of times you're able to kind of gauge what you can fit. If you feel that there's something that you need to add, you can gauge how much you can fit in that time. I think when you notice people are sitting, like when everybody is standing and then you notice like gradually more and more people start to sit down, that might be it. Like people are tired. And it might not be that you're doing anything bad or wrong. But if you are over time, like it's like, oh, all right, okay, I think we've done what we can 100%. Do here. I also say that reading the room is a lot of times still more of a spiritual thing than a natural thing, because sometimes you might see certain things and you think, oh, they're not into it or they haven't gotten it. And that's not true. Yeah. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's praise is different. Everybody's response is different to the Spirit of God and, you know, how he moves. And so sometimes if people ain't screaming and clapping and, you know, rolling on the floor, we think, oh, I need to go some more. I need to bully the saints into praising and doing stuff like that. But you have to just understand that you can't base your decisions as a worship leader off of the physical response solely.
I feel something rolling up in here. Yeah, that's good. I feel something roll up in here. That anointing rolling up in here. This might turn into a master class. No one
it's true.
Somebody was there at the concert last night and they just said, it was Christy. She said she did her thing last night at the Thai concert. So people are definitely watching and stuff like that. And we can definitely dive deeper into that and we will do that as we go on in the conversation. But I do want to just say what's up to everybody that's joining. Man, I feel like I'm just melting. So just so y'all know, it is hot in the studio. Lance, see what is on now? 70 what?
It's so
it went down. So it's going down.
It's the lights. It might be the lights. Yeah, awesome. You need that.
That'd be awesome.
You need that.
I know, I ain't gonna say nothing about that. Hey, he got his little thing. That's fine. He brought it in, and that's dope. That's just cool. That's cool. See if you hear it though, because they may hear the white noise. If you hear it blowing on the mic, bring right here, so it's not. You hear it? Just bring the angle. Yeah. So it ain't like right there, so it ain't. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, closer. Yeah. It ain't in the shadow. Would you still hear it? No. Okay, cool. Yeah.
You need your rag.
This is a little nice. This nice right there. LA, this is nice right there. Oh, it's just. Oh, this is nice right there. For real, no. This. I like it though. What was I talking about? Before I started, oh yeah, I'm melting and it's hot. Okay. So if y'all just see me sweating and stuff, I promise you, I ain't got a drinking problem. Right. This is literally, I'm just hot. Jesus help us. But all right. So Ariel, talk to us about, and Ariel, she's our producer. She's not on camera today, but she's still in here and she is managing our hot topics. Ariel, what are our hot topics and what do we need to be talking about?
The first thing, you got the Destiny Experience digital premiere coming out this
week. That's crazy. So, all right, let me see if I can put this on the screen real quick. Okay, so the date is wrong, but we just did the Destiny Experience. It was absolutely crazy. It was mind-blowing. But if you did not have the opportunity to attend that, guess what? We got the digital premiere this Friday, all right? So if you want to watch it, the behind-the-scenes interviews, if you want to watch the cinematic version, the live teaching, all of that, make sure you go to the destinyexperience.com. Somebody go ahead and type it in the chat so I can pin it. But go ahead and go to the destinyexperience.com, get the digital premiere, and you'll be able to watch it. It's going to be awesome. I think we have probably over 100 viewers. It's going to be really, really dope. So please go watch it, and it's going to be great. All right. What else we got going on? I'm going to keep going back to that, too. Just keep reiterating that. But what else we got going on? Because there's some crazy stuff happening.
Oh, we got School of Revival this week.
Okay. We do have School of Revival this week. Come on, y'all. Let's put our hands together. We got School of Revival. We got School of Revival this week. I'm trying to stick... Yeah, I'm trying to get to the juicy stuff, but this is juicy too. This is good. I thought I was in a room full of adults, but apparently. But no, for real. So we do have School of Revival. We are fasting now.
Amen.
Oh, man.
Amen. Successfully is the key.
God bless y'all.
All right. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna call nobody's name. All right, but certain people hit me up today because they forgot. We were fast. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to eat 12 wings. 12? I'm just the second one. Come on now. Because folks feel like, I already tasted it, so I might as well. Hear me. So I found this amazing dish. Amazing. Take cabbage after you wash it and all the different stuff, cut it into thick slices. You're going to put it in a pan. You're going to pan sear it. And then you put it in the pan. You add some seasoning. It's some some vegetable stock, some soy sauce, some teriyaki, this type of stuff. Put it in the oven. Of course, it's more complex than that. But you put it in the oven and hear me. After about 20 minutes, it is the best thing.
All right.
Now put that on some rice. Like, look, that thing was so good. I didn't do it. My wife did it. I didn't cook it. No, I didn't cook it. Whenever I found a recipe, come on now, I just shoot it to her.
Yes.
Come on now.
We men. Come on now. Come on, we men. You know what I'm saying? I found a recipe. I sent the recipe to the woman. What you talking? Go to the couch. Brandon, come on now. What we do? Come on now.
100%. Nia already knows she watching.
She already knows she watching.
Share the cat.
You know, when you scrolling and you see those different,
you know,
we just send it. Come on now. Look. Jaleesa, do you cook, Jaleesa?
I'm not home enough. When I am home, I do my best.
I know you people watching now.
Listen.
She's single. She's single.
I am.
Ready to meet.
Listen, you got to do right though. You
hear that voice? Right. She'll sing you into her.
Please.
The sultry sounds. Hey, you better. But for real, so do you feel like? Do you feel like that's a skill that when you get to the place that maybe I'm about to settle down, stuff like that'll be something that you're like, okay, let me spruce up on that skill? Or do you feel like, I want to meet a man that's like, he can cook, that's not necessarily a big deal, maybe we're going to be traveling a lot? How do you deal with that whole expectation of cooking and stuff like that, especially in a relationship?
I want to cook more. So like I do actively try when I'm home to just, strengthen that skill, but it would like to be both. It would like to be both for me.
This guy is crazy.
If somebody else, like when I didn't grow up with my dad was the cook though. He was the chef. So my mom, like, she was not like the star chef. She did what she could. She worked, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She was a single mom. She raised me and my sister. So it was like, I didn't grow up with that, but I do my best. You know what I'm saying?
That is crazy. Hear me. I'm giving this to you. All right. We need another mic. We need either one of those Rode wireless mics, or we need a mic that they can pass around over there.
Yeah.
All right? Because there'd be too much good stuff over there. We need a mic that they can just have, and whenever they want to.
Little jokes that everybody else don't get to hear.
That is crazy, man. All right, like you need your. I'm glad I got your own podcast. I'm so glad I got your own podcast, because that's crazy. But no, I really want to know that, because especially for people, because people don't understand when you're in ministry, when you're on the road, and people want that, but they don't know what the trade-off is. You know what I mean? And
they see the glory, but they don't know the story.
I knew you were going to
That's all I'm saying.
You should have the script or something, man.
That's all I'm saying.
Come on, man. Okay, but what is the side that they don't see that you feel like you want people to know about?
So, like, the traveling nonstop. So like this tour that we're on now is a little different than last year's tour. We had more days off, so we were able to go home a lot more. I have only been home once in the last month because we actually had a show in my city. So,
wow.
It's like you don't, when you're not home a lot, it's a lot that gets left to the side. When you get home, you be tired. You don't feel like cooking. You don't feel like unpacking your suitcase. All of that stuff. They don't see it. The delayed flights.
Oof. Now that, for real though,
that you almost
when you don't fly as much, because when you just fly, it's like, oh, you don't ever experience it. But when you start flying a lot, man, I'm telling you, them like little stupid stuff. We was on a plane.
Yes.
How long they made us wait on that plane? 2 hours on the tarmac.
Yes.
Like on the plane, it was like, oh, we're sorry, we got to delay 2 hours.
Yes.
And you know how that feels when you start like hyperventilating and you're like, oh, it's hot and the thing ain't turning on, and you get, man, that thing, boy. Hear me. If I didn't have first class, I would have really went through. But
listen,
Father, we thank you.
I be going through, honey.
No, I'm just saying, if I was in the back, it would have been difficult. But we thank God.
We thank God.
Thank God. Y'all are crazy. Now, it's funny because Delta changing their stuff, and I don't know what. They changing their stuff. I'm diamond, and for some reason this year I'm like down to platinum. So I don't know. They just treat me different. They give me a lot of comfort seats, and
I love Delta, but they doing some different.
I love Delta, but I will say this too, and I don't want this to scare nobody. I've been seeing an increase of helicopter and plane crashes.
Really?
Yeah. Look at the news.
Jesus.
It's like I don't know what that is or what's going on. But yeah, that's because for a while you didn't hear about it. Mm-hmm. You heard maybe 1 or 2 a year, and it was usually like in Malaysia or Thailand or some other place. It wasn't here, but that is definitely something people don't really understand. Like, you deal with a lot of anxiety, you know what I mean, with that as well. And I've been seeing a lot of planes that didn't crash, but they had really bad turbulence. Ooh, and somebody died because of the turbulence.
What?
Somebody died. Yeah. It's been really, really crazy. So
yeah,
people don't see that side. I used to travel so much, like to South Africa, be gone so long. I started getting like panic attacks whenever I had to go to the airport. Just that I don't know what it is, but for some reason I'll be good. I'll get to the airport on time. I'll be good. Once I get in that security line, I just start sweating.
Yeah, I can understand.
I just being funny.
I can understand that though.
Literally, you know what I'm saying? Like, once I get in line, I just start like, and I'm just like, Jesus. And I know they looking at me like, oh, he got cracked. And
oh my God.
He got drugs. Like, why am I getting anxious or something like that? But I started to have to really employ more. I'm for real about this. Like, I don't want this to sound crazy, but I had to really start to like start to employ more breathing techniques.
do.
You know what I mean? And really like try to get there. And when you riding with people that, you know what I mean? Like when you're traveling with people that, you know what I mean? Like they used to get in there at the nick of time.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of me. That's
you?
That's me a little bit.
Oh God, no.
I don't, for what? Why am I there 3 hours early? Yes.
Okay. You got clear?
No, I don't have clear. But most times it be the same. Like the lines
more
be the
places
same.
got pre-checked than clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go places and I'm like, I got clear. They're like, oh, we ain't got it.
Yep.
And you got to go all the way
That's why
back.
I got pre-checked.
Oh, wait, hear me. So we were late. I don't even know how we were late getting to the airport. We were late getting to the airport and we just show up and it's packed.
Mm-hmm.
What state is this? North Carolina. It is packed. I'm
Where,
like, oh
Charlotte?
my God. It was Charlotte. It
I
was
hate
packed
Charlotte.
or whatever. So I'm thinking, I ain't worried about it. He got pre-check. I got clear. They got pre-check. They did not
don't
have
have
clear.
clear.
And then I don't even know if I was first class or something like that. Or they didn't have a first class line, a priority line. So literally, I had to go all the way back to the back. And I'm looking at the time. I'm like, and y'all got to understand.
Charlotte Airport is big.
I'm not,
too.
you know, you always got that one, and please don't get offended when I say this. It's not about race or color. But usually, if somebody's running late, who asking people to move out the way?
Yep.
Miss Karen is asking people to move out the way.
Miss Karen is for
All right?
sure.
But
asking
literally,
people to
like,
move out the way.
oh my God, excuse me, can I get, hear me. I am so afraid to do that.
You be scared.
And I don't know why.
I understand.
For real?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
like doing it either.
I don't like it.
I see. Yeah, you are. I am so like you know. I'm like, nah, I just miss it.
Yeah,
So I'm just
yeah.
just to have to say excuse me, and for them to be like, ugh, huh?
Exactly.
That's gonna already be the first level
Yeah.
of rejection.
Mhm.
All right. The second one, which is even harder to get back, is I'm late for my flight,
Yes.
and I just know they're gonna be like, okay, I'm late for my. I'm like, that's
Yes.
That's what they always say.
Yes.
I'm late for mine too.
it's so much rejection I got to get through. So we were. I just thought we were gonna miss the flight. So Jeff was like, I'm handle it. You know, I got it. So
Yes.
Jeff go to this lady, and you know, huh? She was what? She was very hood. Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
I know what you're saying. She was older and she was hood.
Lord.
But Jeff be
Yeah.
promising stuff.
Uh-oh. Wait 1 minute.
Jeff was like, what's your name? Jeff was like, what's your name?
Hold on.
She was like, how you doing?
Yes, sir.
I don't know what Jeff said to this lady.
You got to finesse a little bit.
You got to.
Use
Jeff
your
ain't
guess,
got me a wheelchair. This lady was gonna get a wheelchair, but then they couldn't find any more wheelchairs. So she was just like, just come with me.
That's
And
right.
I don't know how she got us through that
It was
thing.
the favor of the Lord.
It's 100%. It's the favor of the Lord, and it's the ratchetness of men.
Yes.
It is the ghetto-ness. No, for real though. So you want to be with somebody that at least know how to do that. Hear me, my bishop don't wait for nobody.
Yeah.
My bishop, he gonna be in that wheelchair every day,
That's
all
right.
day. Even if you don't need it, he gonna be in that wheelchair.
That's right.
We'll be in line, bishop will roll by, he'll be like,
That's right.
crazy.
Yo.
So, but no, man. All right, we got some more hot topics. Let's get into it. I appreciate you guys sharing the video. We got a good crowd. Do me a favor, go ahead and like the video. If there's somebody that you think needs to be on the couch, needs to get a little bit of therapy, go ahead and tag them in the video as well. If you're watching on Instagram, you can share it. Go ahead and just send it to somebody's inbox and they can join as well. All right, what else do we got for hot topics? Don't forget, we got School of Revival this week. All right, we're fasting today, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday night, yours truly, I'll be opening School of Revival with a message called Violent Emergence. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be awesome. I want you to be here. If you're anywhere near Atlanta, if you're anywhere close, get here. It's going to be crazy. Thursday night is me. We got day sessions Friday. Who we got Friday? They say we got Facebook Home, I think. Is that? We got Sade Martin.
Love Dr.
I know we got S.Y. Younger, but I think that's Saturday. We got Latrice Ryan. That's going to be crazy. And Friday night, we got Valerie Moore. I need y'all to make sure the house is packed because Valerie Moore, you already know. Valerie Moore going to be crazy. Oh, wait, that's crazy. I forgot about song. Wait, we didn't even talk about the musical guests. So Thursday night we got Anthony Brown. That's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be awesome. From Jubilee Worship, they just released the album. That's gonna be dope. And then Friday night we got Psalmist Rain with Valerie Moore. That's gonna be overload.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a lot.
Yeah.
And then on Saturday we got Antoine Cooks.
Yes,
And I
sir.
said, okay, that's gonna be crazy,
Oh,
and he
I got
does
to come
phenomenal.
back.
So it is going to be very, very amazing. It's gonna be really, really dope. So that's this week. That's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I want to see you there. What else we got going on for hot topics?
All right, Donald Trump is a convicted felon.
That's crazy.
Jesus.
34 counts. So I don't know if y'all heard her. She just said Donald Trump is now a convicted felon. Go to the couch. For Brandon, I'm gonna throw this to Brandon first. How do you feel that the person, the president you voted for is now a convicted felon? Come on, tell us how you feel.
First and foremost, didn't vote for him.
Okay.
But I seen a post that said it's weird that a convicted felon in this country can't vote, but can run for the office of president.
That's crazy.
And that's a summary of how I feel. I think it's ridiculous. Like, how can this man still? He was like out this weekend at the UFC fight, roaming around, got a standing ovation. 34, convicted for 34 felonies. It's like, yeah.
No, but he learned something, man. Like there was something that happened right even before he ran. I think it was more so at the end of what's his name, Clinton's era, even going into Bush's era. It's almost like not social media first, but it's almost like reality TV started to merge with politics. And then when social media began to emerge, and you got people like John Kerry, and then Barack Obama, you start to see the merging of even like social media and politics, in the sense that there's a term that started to be used around Barack Obama's campaign. It was the term called grassroots. I don't know if y'all remember that, but they started talking about grassroots. And what it was is Obama said, I will get more loyalty and buy-in if I go into coffee shops, if I go into libraries, if I go into schools, than I would if I just hold rallies. And so they started to kind of ingratiate, come on, write the word down. They started to ingratiate themselves into culture. So like you said, they go to Breakfast Club or go to a UFC fight, and we're beginning to see that. And again, it's almost like we're not voting policy anymore. We're voting personality. People just like who they like. And hear me, that's even in the body of Christ. You ain't got to be good. You ain't got to be a good singer or preacher. But if people like you, this is the best person. And they'll push you. Hear me, y'all know what makes me mad? Y'all know what makes me mad? Have y'all ever seen these things on Facebook? Like, my top 5 preachers? Or who are your top preachers?
Or one gotta go. They be doing that one gotta go.
Or I say, I ain't even talking about the one. See that I like that more. If you got and you got, but no, they in a vacuum. They say, who are your top preachers? And I watch the people that these people. And as a matter of fact, sometimes I don't know them, so I'll go look them up. And I'll say, what are you talking about? Like, why is this person considered? You know what I mean? Now, hear me. I don't think my greatness is in articulation. I don't even think my greatness is in clarity. I do think you have to have an acquired taste, and you have to. Why are you shaking your head like that?
I agree.
Okay, what you agree with?
Everybody's doing exception.
Okay, but you start shaking your head when I say acquired taste.
He was.
That's wild.
Man.
Oh, you sent me back to South Africa? I'm sorry. Yeah, you sent me back. But because everybody don't believe in you, even people close to you.
It be your own people.
It be your own son. I mean, your own people.
Mighty God.
It be your own people. I'm joking. I know. I'm joking. But what was I talking about before y'all get me off?
Acquired taste.
Yeah, I just feel like, if you, number one, if you're gonna listen to me, you already got to know the Bible.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Whether you think that's a pro or a con.
Right.
I want to be artistic to a degree. So I like painting. You know what I mean? Like, I may not even be dealing with David. Maybe I'm dealing with Jesus being the son of David, but maybe I'm just going to throw something like Judah. And, I'm going to throw something in there, and hopefully you can catch it. You know what I'm saying? But that thing makes me upset when I see that, because I'm thinking, like, what is the criteria?
Yes.
And I'd be like, where y'all be at? Why y'all don't be commenting in the thing?
When we see it, we comment.
I ain't never been tagged in one of them things.
When we see it, I ain't never seen the top 5. But when we see it, we say something though, for sure.
Okay, but you go to the couch. I want to ask y'all this. Because I know Trump, he's getting convicted. Why would we vote for him? You know, there's people that can't vote, blah, blah, blah. What is the line? Like, where is the line? In the sense of like, because I feel like if you went to a church and the pastor said, "Man, I used to be in prison and blah, blah, blah," folks like that.
Yeah,
Yes.
So like, he a real guy. So where's the difference? Like, why is it acceptable in certain cases, right? You know, redemption, rehabilitation, but why isn't it acceptable in Trump's case? Like, you know, what if he is convicted, but what if they put him on house arrest? What if he served his time? You know, like, are we okay to let it go? Or do you feel like people like who they like, they don't like who they like? Talk to me a little bit about like, where's the line? You know what I mean? Like, would you vote for him? Would you go to a church? Like, where's the line? Like, yeah, I don't know if that makes sense.
I think that it depends. Well, I'm not going to say it depends on what we're talking about, but
Talking like the type of offense?
the type of office we're talking about, I would say, because certain offices do require a certain standard.
100.
And so when we're talking about the president, I think that especially this country being a country that's so big on like prison reform and all that type of stuff, I think the standard should be, at least you got to sit this one out. Like if he just got convicted, you should be able to run immediately. There should be some type of rehabilitation or something like that before you're able to get back into office. But as far as voting for him in general, even before this, I agree with what you were saying one Sunday when you were saying, if I don't like either party, I'm not just going to throw a vote to throw a
100.
vote. Unless somebody gets in the office that we like their policies, they're saying what they need to say. And also, at some point, there is going to be somebody that runs for office who is a believer. Those are things that are going to be important. And if that doesn't happen, I'm just not going to vote.
I got you. What about you, Jaleesa?
I feel like when you talk about voting as far as presidency is concerned, it requires a lot of research. It requires a lot of gaining knowledge and gaining information, and a lot of things are shown to us in plain sight. So I think that we have to just take that into consideration. For me, I'm the type of person, I'm like, okay, if I see all of this that is not good running for office, right, it's clearly not going to get my vote. And like you said, like or I think it was you that said, like, if I don't like either party, I'm not just going to throw a vote to throw a vote. Like, I'll just. But
do y'all remember the bus conversation? Do y'all remember the Trump conversation? We was on the bus, the Access Hollywood conversation. Y'all don't remember when, like, before he got elected the first time, when he was like, when you're famous, you can grab a female by.
Okay.
Yes. Y'all remember that?
Yes. Okay.
So what's the difference between that and Diddy? I want to see what people say. You can throw it to the couch. Why is it that Diddy's behavior is unacceptable, but Trump assaulting a female is acceptable?
To me, neither is.
I mean, 100%. But what I'm saying is, like the other one, they trying to get him out of Dodge, and rightfully so. So please don't hear. I'm not defending nothing. You know what I mean? But on the other one, they about to vote him into office.
Yeah, it's definitely
I'm like, come on now. I'm like, and please don't get offended when I say that. I'm just saying, I wonder how rednecks feel about Diddy.
Yeah.
I know, because if they look at it like, Lord, good God Almighty. You saw how that man handled his woman there? Yeah. He's an inspiration to us all. Yes. For real. Like, I want to know, because how can you see that and feel any type of way and then hear Trump? Yes. And now he's convicted, and he's convicted because of the Stormy Daniels stuff. Yes. So how can you see it and then be like, I'm going to vote for that? I just feel like it's hypocritical.
It is so. For sure.
Yeah, very much so.
100%. That is America. You know what I mean? So Trump got convicted, 37 convictions. I don't know who you voting for. I don't care. You know, I really don't care. Like Brandon said, we reiterate the fact that I don't think you should be forced to vote. But I do want to go to the couch because somebody asked me this. An older person asked me this, and I want y'all to explain it to our audience. We got some older, we got some more mature, and we got some younger. We got different demographics. What do y'all feel about the activity, the institution of voting? Like, do y'all feel like, man, we got to get out there, we got to vote? Are y'all really engaged in it? Or do you feel like your generation is a little bit more like, I don't necessarily know? How do y'all feel about voting in general?
How do I feel about? I feel like, okay, this is going to be real. Like, I'm just real raw. I feel like voting is important. Yes. Is it important to exercise your rights and voice, who you support and all of those things and what you believe in? But I also feel like whoever is put into office, you never know what they're going to do.
Right.
At any moment, even the best person, they could put their best foot forward and get in the office, and they could literally switch up.
100%.
So it's kind of like like my thought is like, yes, you should exercise your right and make sure that you're doing what you need to do to, make your change, make your impact in the world. But I mean,
I was thinking about the same thing, because Brandon, you said this, but then I'm like, because I think we always be thinking, I can't wait till a believer get in there.
Yeah.
What type of believer?
Yes.
100%.
It's been a whole bunch of Catholics. It ain't a lot of Protestants, but it's been a whole bunch of Catholics. And I'm thinking, what type of believer? Because a lot of Christians get in there and then they buckle under the weight of the political pressure as well.
Yes.
And they start doing whatever the populace is, or whatever the people who voted them in place, the lobbyists and all that, they start doing whoever gave them the most money, they end up pushing their agenda or pushing their policy. So my thing is, when I think about the president, unless they are Holy Ghost filled, and when I say that, I'm talking about in everything, though.
Yes.
Like every time you talk, I need to see you quicken.
Yeah.
Because I want you to stand up for the State of the Union, and everything that you say, I'm gonna be watching.
Yes.
Because I want to make sure that you just totally full. If we do that, 100%, I'm on board. But at the same time, I want y'all to understand, I'm not voting them in office because I think that they're gonna establish Christian law.
Yeah, come on.
There you go.
I don't like how quiet it is in here. Y'all, I don't like that.
No.
I don't like that. Because people be wanting that. People want to vote a Christian person in because we want America to be Christian again, bruh. Come on now. There is no way that you're going to be just and just do stuff just for Christians, right? You got to do stuff for Muslims. You got to do stuff for Buddhists. You got to do stuff for black, white, rich, poor. You got to do stuff for everybody. And just like Islamic countries that try to have Sharia law and they try to be a theocracy, I think that it's a pretty dangerous thing when you try to mix politics with spirituality and people still have ambitions and desires. They have not died to themselves. They're greedy. They want money. I think that's a very, very dangerous thing. Watch the movie The First Omen. Okay. All right. Now I like scary movies. If you don't like scary movies, that ain't got nothing to do with me. All right. I'm covered in the blood, got the helmet of salvation, breastplate of righteousness, shield of faith. Like, I ain't worried about that. And a lot of times I like watching it because I don't get that thrill you get when you're on a roller coaster. I like that. And if I'm watching something or like in my recreational time, I want to feel that. And if I'm not going somewhere, how do I feel that? Scary movies give me that. It gives me that, it just gives me that. All right. So whatever. So a couple of scary movies I just watched that I want to recommend. First one is called Abigail. All right. Abigail is good. They kidnapped the little girl, didn't know the little girl was a vampire. Crazy. All right. Jeez. Second one is a crazier one. It's called Late Night with the Devil. All right. It's about a talk show host that's kind of losing ratings on Halloween night. He has somebody that's like a deliverance worker come in and pretty much do like a live deliverance type of thing and talk to the spirit, but they don't know Jesus. And so they get their butt whooped and it's crazy. All right. So it's crazy. But another one called The First Omen. Now, most of us are familiar with the movie The Omen. I don't know if y'all remember that or whatever. It's like that little boy or whatever. Yes. So they went back to do like a prequel and they did The First Omen. The First Omen is all, and this is going to sound crazy, all right? It's all about the Catholic Church feels like they're losing influence. So they feel like the only way for them to gain influence, the world has to go through a tragedy. So what they're going to do is they're looking to try to birth the son of perdition. All right. So in the book of Revelation, the same way we have how we believe Christ is coming back, they have the Antichrist. All right. Or they also call him the son of perdition. And he's supposed to be like, somebody that wields all of the world's power. He's able to control the world's resources, so forth and so on, blah, 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 blah. First they said it was Obama. Then they said it was this person, but the son of perdition is supposed to be like Satan incarnate. All right. The same way Jesus came in the flesh, this is supposed to be Satan coming in the flesh. And in order for the church to gain influence again, they felt like the only way they could gain influence again, they had to birth the son of perdition, which would set in motion all the events in the book of Revelation, which would then make people turn back to God. In order for them to do that, they had to impregnate a virgin with a demon. And in order to do that, they had to get somebody that was demon possessed to have sex with somebody that was a virgin and transfer this. It's crazy. And I'm being very nice. Yeah. Because it's really not a person possessed with a demon. It is a demon. Like they get together to do like this seance ritual and this demon manifests. Jeez. And it's all she wrote. So it's a really, really good movie. I would recommend going to watch the movie. How do we get on the demons and stuff? How do we get on that?
Politics,
scary movies. Politics. Thank you so much. Thank you. What kind of believer? So I ain't want to just vote just any type of believer in office. We want to vote the right one in office. All right, let's get off Trump real quick. What else we got, Ariel?
The Atlanta water main breaks have been going on for 4 days.
Yeah. So you saw Meg Thee Stallion. You saw all the rappers and stuff like that. They're upset. And my wife, she had school today and they canceled school because they had a boiled water advisory. So that means you can't use water until you boil it. I have no idea what that, like you can't, but you can take a shower, right?
Yes.
You can't now.
It's some stanky folks running. Some stanky folks running around here. But yeah, so what actually happened? So it was like the water just what?
They're saying it was corrosion. So apparently Atlanta's had old pipes over time and it's been an issue, but it hasn't been addressed. But the question was, it seemed kind of eerie for it to happen in multiple places.
So I ain't gonna repeat what she said, but she was saying there's something wrong with Atlanta pipes. Atlanta pipes have corrosion. All these gay. Look, let me tell you. I'm just playing. It's a joke. All right. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Man. Drink some water. Drink some water.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Gotta drink some water.
At least, but for real though, Atlanta water. Something's going on with the water. They had to shut down people's concerts and stuff like that. And this is what I wanted to really kind of ask y'all. So if I buy my ticket and they maybe they cancel or delay it. I think that they move one of the shows, but on one of my, I want to say they canceled it, and she had to like either give everybody a refund or everybody was supposed to get a refund. When we did Destiny Experience, it was people that couldn't make it, and they said they wanted a refund. You ain't get no refund. That money gone. It's gone. It is gone.
That is already.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it's done. It's done. Like, what are you talking about?
Already been allotted.
So okay, throw it to the couch. So if y'all had tickets to Meg Thee Stallion and it was delayed, or you're gonna want your money back, right?
Natural first thought, yeah, I'm on my bread back for sure.
If it's canceled,
yeah.
Like if I can't make it, that's my fault.
Right.
But if the concert is canceled, if you're not gonna reschedule it, I would like my money back. Yeah,
I agree with that. If it's something that's out of my control, you gotta give me my money back. You gotta give me my money back. For sure.
Who?
She better perform somewhere.
That's crazy. But did we ever find out what happened?
Pull up in my front yard.
Did we ever find out what happened? They canceled it. So is she gone? Are they gonna have it? Like
they're saying that she's forced to reschedule them, but
Them people want their money.
Yeah.
Cancel the project show. Yeah, she canceled the project show. Saturday.
You went.
Oh, he was finna go.
Yeah, he was about to go.
Yeah.
Lance was about to go. That's crazy. You like Meg Thee Stallion?
I know you love it.
Okay, all right.
A single song.
Hear me. I didn't know Big Meg Thee Stallion. I didn't really watch her until she lost the weight.
Okay.
Do you remember when she was bigger?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I was a little confused. I was like, wait.
But y'all don't remember when she was thicker and stuff like that, and then she like went on. Probably Ozempic.
All right.
It's an Ozempic pandemic in Hollywood.
It is 100%.
It is.
These folks are taking. And is it a shot or a pill?
A pill. I heard.
It's a pill, and that thing is like
pill.
it's rid in the weight.
It's not shots too?
It might be. It's a shot too.
It's shots, yeah.
What'd you say? Tomorrow Ozempic? Like what are the after effects?
If you keep taking, you gonna have like bad.
What?
It's gonna affect you later on.
You said a bad like what?
I don't. People have had said that they're telling people not to take it because whatever it does to you.
Hear me? Okay, I just want because I just see a little pathway. So let me just say this: have you ever noticed that in every, I don't even want to say generation, just every so often there will arise a method,
Yes.
a medicine, something,
Yep.
and instead of just saying, "Oh, that's a great addition," we totally abandon everything
replace
and say,
everything
"Nah,
with
that is the thing."
Yep.
And then it just take a little bit before we realize that because you hear me. You know what we're doing with that now? Therapists,
Come on.
mental and emotional health.
Come on.
It's like where was mental and emotional health in the 60s?
Yes.
Fact.
These folks marched and they did all this stuff and they didn't have no therapists and they
Nothing.
survived. Come on, let's go a generation before that. What happened to the therapists with the slaves?
Come on.
Where was Harriet Tubman's therapist? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Because what if she said, I can't do this no more.
Yeah.
Because I got anxiety.
Yeah.
Hear me, once you hear that, once you hear them dogs, that anxiety go out the window.
Do you understand?
You're going to die anxious.
What do you mean? Anxiety.
For real. Once you hear that ER on your neck, once you hear that ER,
Okay.
once you hear that, you're like, bruh, you're
Ain't
like,
no anxiety.
yeah. So I'm trying to figure out when did this emerge, number one, and then when did it become almost like you ain't nobody? Where you go? You got therapy, and once you say, "Oh, y'all be going therapy,"
Yes. It's true.
hear me. Have we ever thought the same way? The same way you can go to a church,
Come on.
and the preacher may not know what he's talking about. Just because he preaching don't mean he studied.
Come on, sir.
Just because he preaching on it. So what I'm trying to say is, why do we make it seem like mental and emotional health specialists or therapists are infallible?
Come
Yes.
on. Come on.
Yes.
Come on.
Like so you're telling me everything they say work?
Come on.
No, it's confirmation bias because that's the
Yes.
route you wanted to take.
Yes.
You're gonna make that. No, I like that. All right. Well, the preacher doing the same thing, but you don't like the offense.
Come on, sir.
And you don't like the accountability.
Yeah. Come
on.
And you don't like the fact that I'm not going to coddle you and placate you.
Yes.
I'm not going to do all that. So now it's like, I don't want that. I want to mental. Because when you paying them,
Okay.
Come on.
think about that.
Come on.
Think about that. Like, so my thing is, I do believe in therapists and I do believe in mental and emotional health, but this all-in approach where it's just like nothing else matters, nothing else works.
Yeah.
And it's a variety of stuff. Everybody don't take Advil. Everybody don't need Tylenol. There are different things that work for different people.
Correct.
And if that doesn't work for somebody, you can't then invalidate them or make them feel like, well, you're not really, healthy mentally because you ain't got this or you ain't got that. It'd be feeling like, I feel like everybody not everybody. I just feel like sometimes people be going to therapy so that they can know certain words
Come on, sir.
that they can then use against people that they should be having conversations with.
Come on, sir.
Yeah.
So instead of they going there, they be like, "Oh yeah, that's good. He a narcissist."
Yes.
Oh, what you say?
Yes.
Oh yeah. You be like, "No, man, this is about you. This ain't about everybody that done did something to you."
Right.
So, What do y'all think about that? Now, again, we believe in therapy. This is called spiritual therapy.
Yeah.
But I just want to make sure that we deal with the fact that, therapists are still practicing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you following me? Just like a physician. Everything may not work, so they're trying different things. Why do y'all feel like there's this overhaul? There's this overemphasis about mental and emotional health, more specifically therapists, and how do we deal with that? Anybody, but both of y'all talk to it.
I think, I don't know what year it happened, but whenever
It was a shift.
Yeah, whenever cancel culture came out, that also started the pandemic of like, if I say mental health and you say I'm lying, I can cancel you or you can get canceled.
Yeah.
So there's a side of people that know that and they abuse it. So it's mixed in with the people that may actually be dealing with depression and anxiety and stuff like that.
And look, if somebody say they're going to counseling, you need to believe them.
Yeah.
All right. I'm talking, you know who I'm talking to. All right. All right. When I tell you, I told somebody, I was like, my therapist said, and they was like, you ain't got no therapist. And I said, that's triggering. You can't say that. All right. If I tell you I'm going to therapy, you got to believe me. All right. My therapist said, anybody that don't believe me, I can slap them. That's what my therapist said. My therapist said, and my therapist said that. All right. So
the amen.
And I gotta do what my therapist say. All right. And my therapist said, anytime I feel like anger inside, I gotta let it out, and I gotta cuss. I gotta let it out. So if y'all see me,
go ahead.
You see that? The moment somebody starts talking about their mental and emotional health journey, people start laughing. Hey, all right. I'm not laughing. Hear me. When I was in therapy or whatever, my therapist, I said, for some reason, I just feel like slapping these hoes. I said that.
Okay.
I said that. And he looked at me and he said, that is a normal feeling. All right. That's called anger expression syndrome.
Okay.
All right.
A name for it.
All right.
That's what he is. That's what he said.
Yes.
That's what he said. All right. And he said, if you want to stay healthy, then anytime you feel that anger, hear me, this is what my therapist said. All right. He said, anytime I feel this anger, I gotta let it go. I gotta let it go. So I'm just letting everybody know that's close to me. All right.
Yes.
That's close to me, that if I spout out like a whatever, like a word or say something like that, it's not because I don't love you. I'm just doing what my therapist said.
Who your therapist?
All right.
I need to go.
Hey, I'll tell you.
Okay.
His last name Muhammad.
Okay.
That is crazy. All right, but for real, all right, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I interrupted you.
Okay. So I think mental health became such a big thing. One of the reasons I feel like it became such a big thing was because so many of the, I guess, younger generations, and maybe not even just younger generations, a lot of people have been hurt by church. 100. And so, the church is supposed to be that place where people can come and they have that community and they can, find that pathway to the healing that they need and all this stuff.
TC said, you need to fire your therapist.
No, we want to keep him.
Yeah. But no, you're 100% right. Like, yeah. I don't know. It feels like an accessory that people feel like they have to have.
To wear, yeah.
And I think you'll definitely go through seasons and stuff like that. I believe that it should be, especially if you deal with a lot of pressure. You know what I mean? Like for stuff that we do when we're always dealing with people, people are leaving our lives and we're investing in the people. Like we got these, you need a mental and emotional, you need coaching and you need therapy and you need development, 100%. And development also is something that we don't talk about because it's not always dealing with the past. Sometimes it's just dealing with underdevelopment. And that's not always trauma. Sometimes that's just like you haven't learned yourself. You're not old enough. You know what I mean? So I think that I was on a panel on Sunday with
Queen Naja.
Oh, that's crazy. I was about to say the Queen of Ethiopia. Queen of Sheba.
Okay.
What's her name?
Queen Naja.
Queen Naja.
Okay.
Over there. So I was on a panel with a young lady, and we were talking about mental and emotional health. And there was actual therapists that were on the panel. And I just realized that, being in the public eye, people think they want it, man. People think but these people are ruthless.
What?
Ruthless. They talk about everything. They talk about you. They talk about your hair. They talk about how old you is. They talk about your clothes. They talk about your wife. They talk about your children.
Jesus.
They talk about your teaching, your preaching. They talk about your teeth. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
They talk about everything.
Everything.
I'm like, good God Almighty. And you thinking like, y'all ain't got nothing better to do, nothing else to do, but to be able to handle that. Because some people will say, well, you don't have to deal with that. Well, to be in the public spotlight, you're going to have to deal with that level of pressure.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean that you're mentally ready to deal with that level of pressure.
Agreed.
So, Jaleesa, what do you feel like are some things that have helped you? Because you got to be on stage every week. I'm talking about not just for the tour, but even, you know, as a worship leader, being on stage, I'm sure people don't always like what you do. People got to give you feedback. How do you deal with that level of pressure? And you're a young person. I don't know if you got a therapist on retainer. I don't know how you deal with that, but how do you deal with it?
So I am a very big community person. I love, you know,
One clap.
Yeah, right. I got one amen and I'm all right with that. But
crazy.
I am a person that like, I thrive in community. So I have supporters. I have my friends. Like one of my closest friends is actually my worship pastor. So it's just good to have people that are wise, that have that wisdom, that know how to pour into you when you need it, that are that safe space when you need to vent, when you need to, you know, run some ideas by. You need to have that. Well, for me, I need to have that. And that's something that really keeps me grounded. So yeah, community is always a great thing because I have my own relationship with God, but I do have those moments where I need help.
I'm going to go back to it, so don't let me forget community.
Yes.
But I want to ask you, Brandon, because I know you and the area just went through a very difficult season where with dealing with just, you know, sickness and some stuff like that. You having to deal with that mentally and emotionally. Was there ever a time that you really needed therapy? I know you got friends as well. How did you deal with the pressure that came with that season?
I just prayed a whole lot. If I wasn't talking to you or reaching out to Jeff and Lance and the guys to pray for me, I really just would pray for real. It was a lot of times that I was in the car crying and praying, at the house crying and praying, but away from my wife because she was already going through a lot. And so I couldn't confide in her through that time because she needed me to be able to be strong for her. So man, it would be times that I would hold it together in the hospital room and I can't even make it to the car good before I'm breaking down in tears, crying and praying. So it was just a whole lot of, I never grew up on therapy because there was a time before this where I went through something very traumatic. And that was one of the first times that I really got into my Bible, tried to get a relationship with God. And so when this happened again, I just went back to that because I don't think there's anything a therapist can tell me that Jesus can't tell me.
Okay, go ahead, Riff. Go, you guys.
No, I was amening him. Because honestly, I think I believe in therapy as well. But the problem is, like you said, when we find something new and we're like, oh, this is it. We literally replace everything with that. And Ty he's been talking on tour and he, you know, has this moment where he talks to the people and he says, you know, the Bible talks about how in the last days knowledge will increase. But it also says that we're supposed to add knowledge to our faith, not replace our faith with knowledge.
That's so good.
And so I think because therapy is such a big thing, it's like, oh yeah, I could just go to my therapist instead of even taking time to pray.
Ooh,
Facts.
You don't even stop to say, okay, Lord, like, what are you saying to me?
That's what I'm saying.
Right, 100%.
Prayer used to be like our first option. Now it's like, And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If you haven't exhausted intercession, then is therapy really fixing the problem?
Is it?
Or do you even know if that is the problem? You know what I'm saying? And I get the whole thing. Some things are clinical, some things are not demons, some things are traumas. But at the same time, have you even asked Jesus? And that's what we talked about at the beginning of this podcast. We're going to get ready to wrap it up. But we said, you know, there's so many different sides and dimensions to who Jesus is. He's a warrior. He's a champion. He's a rabbi. He's all of this. But sometimes we forget that he is also the great physician. So he can put our minds back together. He can put our heart back together. He can put our bodies back together. And when we say great physician, we're not just talking about physical healing, getting up out of a wheelchair, but we're talking about mental healing and emotional healing as well. Like I sometimes think that we just, especially American Christians, y'all know I'm in this series called The American Church. If you didn't get a chance to watch Sunday's message, go back and watch the message. It was crazy. It was really, really good. But we're in this series. I really feel like because Americans have so many options that we can say, I want to do that. I want to do. It's like when you go somewhere else to a third world country, they ain't got the therapist, right?
They don't.
So how in the world are they dealing with like inflation and genocide and all of this stuff, and they ain't got nothing? So this idea that it is this necessity, and again, if you got it, if you got the money, if you got the opportunity, if you know people that can be trusted, get the mental and emotional help that you need. But your therapist doesn't replace your relationship with Jesus Christ. And a great therapist can't fix a person who has a weak relationship with Jesus Christ.
Come on.
They can do all the stuff they want, but when you get home, you still gonna be like, whatever, because they cannot feel the hole that Jesus is supposed to feel. You know. So, all right, we got a couple more hot topics. Do we have something else? Oh, that was it. I want to deal with that.
Yeah.
I want to deal with that. We're going to end with Caitlin Clark. Now, some of y'all may not know her. She was a female college basketball player. Did really, really good. A lot of people were calling her like the Steph Curry, because she was real good at 3-pointers. She was real good shooting up. She was real good shooting from the logo, shooting from the 3-point line, whatever the case may be. Small girl, white girl. And a lot of people, a lot of people kind of gave her some slack just because she was really good and stuff like that. But she recently got drafted to
Indiana.
All right. And they've been giving her hell. They've been like, I ain't gonna say bullying her, but they've been pretty much making it difficult. And number one, I've heard several takes on it. So, Brandon, are you familiar with this?
Yes, sir.
All right, talk to it. Let us know kind of your perspective. Let us know what's going on. You can articulate it better than me.
Yeah. So, the first thing about Caitlin Clark is that she was the number 1 overall pick. She broke the NCAA scoring record for men's and women. So she's a very highly touted female basketball player. People are giving her credit for the fact that they had to move the games to a bigger stadium and all of that. And there's a lot more eyes on the WNBA. And because of that, there's this thing now in the league that anytime that somebody plays hard defense or hard foul, it's like, oh, they're bullying or hating. From my perspective, I've seen maybe 2 clips where it was unnecessary non-basketball type fouls. But beyond that, just thinking about being a high-level athlete, it's almost like a slap in the face to just give this girl the crown of the best player in our league when she just came from college. So being a high-level athlete, when I get to play against the best, I'm going to do my best.
Okay, well, let me just give you a little pushback. I totally understand that, but you don't feel like anything that you've seen has been excessive.
Yeah, so I've seen 2 fouls, one particular where the girl came from behind her and pushed her down. That was excessive. But as far as hard fouls, I feel like they're maybe making it a big deal because of who she is. Because when I think about people like when LeBron James first came to the NBA, and he was the chosen one, and he had all of this. He's a man, right? But in the sense of that, it's just nobody's really saying anything about it being a hard foul just because of the fact that maybe it's because he's a man. But
okay, let me ask you a question. Do you feel like they're making it a big deal because she's a woman or because she's white?
Both. I think it's both. I think it's a combination of both. Because there's also.
I ain't heard nothing about Angel Reese.
I was about to say that. I was about to say the girl did choke slam Angel Reese, and nobody said anything about that. There was like
in the NBA.
Yes.
What are you talking about?
There was a girl that choke slammed her, and then Angel responded like, "Yeah, I know that I'm a rookie and I got to earn my keep in the league. It's just basketball."
Hey, I'm gonna look at a choke slam.
Yeah, it was a really excessive foul.
Jesus.
Yeah, I was about to say, and people don't talk about how if you do watch a Caitlin Clark full basketball game, she doesn't always have the best attitude on the court either.
You watch it?
I saw it because I went back to watching in context, showing like her talking crap and stuff to
So wait. So wait, but I thought talking trash is a part of the game.
Right. And so that's what I'm saying when I'm.
Oh.
Yeah. That's why I'm speaking to the fact that they're making it bigger than what it is. And I'm saying as a competitor, these women are just like, bro, I'm a basketball player too. Like,
but y'all know that people deal with that in every industry.
right.
So it's not just basketball,
Yes, sir.
right? Like if you're a singer, if you're a preacher, I still get bullied. Yeah, I mean, not bullied, but you know what I mean? Like, there's people that, they try 100%. They'll definitely try to sun you. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So yeah, people do that to me all the time. I mean, I think that, you know what I mean, it's definitely a part of being in a new industry or a part of a new, you know, level or something like that. When people start inviting you, have you ever experienced that, Jaleesa? Like people just kind of like, who are you? Or kind of trying to, you know, kind of make you prove yourself or anything like that?
Yes. The short answer, yes. I feel like as a singer in the music industry, it's always going to be bound to happen, especially when you come into it young, because I've been singing since I was a kid. So just growing up and then becoming an artist and then singing background professionally for actual artists, there have definitely been times where people have tried to
come on now,
sun me, and I'm the type of person where I'm gonna just do what I do. So you could try to sun me all you want. At the end of the day, I'm gonna do what I do.
But do you let your gift and your talent speak for you, or do you speak up? But do you speak up for yourself? Do you say, "Hey, excuse me, don't talk to me"? Have you ever had to do something?
Speak up when somebody start getting out of pocket. I'd be like, "Hold on."
You've had to do that before.
I've done it.
Your
before.
little bitty self.
Yes.
Well, tell me, come on.
Listen, if my people in the comments, they will comment, because I feel like I am, even though I'm young, people automatically look at me like, oh, I'm a little girl. Oh, that's little Jaleesa. Especially when you home, like people gonna look at you like that. And when you're young in ministry, especially, they will do that and they will act like you don't know what you're doing.
That's crazy. So that's crazy.
Yeah, I've respectfully had to, you know, correct a few people and be like, hold on.
Okay, be honest. Do you ever feel like somebody does that? Maybe somebody's sleeping on you. Have you ever like went in like because you know that like oh yeah like start doing a whole bunch of stuff like really going?
Yeah.
I told you be singing.
All right, now.
Have I ever gone in?
Yeah, like have you ever had to vocally kind of defend yourself? You know what I mean? We're back to the show. Okay. Thank you so much.
I do my best to not let the way people treat me determine how I perform or execute. I'm gonna give 100. Okay,
we on the couch. Come on, this is spiritual therapy. You ain't never felt nothing.
I go hard anyway. That's the thing. So it's kind of like I'm not gonna go hard because, well, I take that back. There are times where people have really tried me, and I'll be like, all right, don't worry about it. Just wait till I get on the stage. It's over. It's a wrap. It's done.
Come on, man. That's real. We've all done that.
It's true. It has happened before because I'll be like, listen, but for me, that's a part of me letting my gift and my work speak for me. Instead of like feeling like I got to go out, like, I don't feel like, oh, I got to cuss people out and, you know, I got to, no, I don't have to do that. Just let me do my job. Yeah. And once I do my job, you gonna see.
My therapist said, no, for real, listen, I promise you this is good. Okay. So see, that's what I'm saying. Y'all are judging me like them other people. Okay, but my therapist said, if somebody does something to you and you want to respond, before you do, go have the conversation with yourself. See, this is good. Go have the conversation with yourself. And when you say it to yourself, if you say it and you're still able to, you know, hold your character, hold your integrity, and feel good about yourself after you've said it, then you should go and say it to them. But if you say it and you're like, then you shouldn't say it to them.
Listen. That's a rule to
That's a good practice.
It's a rule to live by.
Question though, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
What if you're a person that, like, what if you do that practice while you're still feeling the emotions of what you're feeling, and it may be harsh, but you're like, oh, I like that. So that means
something's wrong with you. No, that's what it means. It means you know what I'm saying? That means that something in you is saying something in you is not right yet.
Yeah. So you should wait until
Yeah.
You get right emotionally,
Yes.
then had a fake conversation, and then
The fake
Why is
conversation.
it fake?
no, because you said had a conversation.
A practice conversation.
Yeah, practice.
Practice.
Okay.
Fake conversation.
The fake conversation.
But that's good.
No, that is
No,
good.
it is
100%, because sometimes it don't sound the way you think it sounds.
No.
Yeah.
It's
Sometimes
very
you're not
true.
saying what you think you're saying.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you do have to hear. And I think that's why you have to have sounding boards and people that are willing
Yes.
to hear you
Community.
without imputing the
Yes.
feeling. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Internalizing
I try
it.
to get people to understand. Like, one of the things I hate and I love, my dramatic nature is both a blessing and a curse.
Yes.
Because I can be there when I'm not.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
That's the blessing.
Yes.
The curse is
Yep.
when I'm not there, people still think I'm there.
Yep. Yep.
In the sense of, like, if you do something, I'm like, oh my God, hear me.
understand.
I'm not upset.
I understand.
Right.
I'm not. They'll be like, I'm like, I'm not.
Start
Even
crying.
if, like, I'm not. That's just my ability to practice my emphasis. What's wrong with you? Like, but
I
I'm not
love it.
upset.
I love it.
And I just want people to let me be me.
Yes.
Do you?
This is therapy.
No, 100%. Because I can't coach you into authenticity while I'm trying to be.
While you
Come on
fake.
now. Come on.
That's
Let
the
me
truth.
be me.
I can
Come
only
on.
be me.
All right, let's wrap this up. All right, we're going to throw it to the couch. Last minute. What do y'all want people to take away from this episode? What do y'all want people to know? What's on your mind? What do you want to share? These are our last thoughts, our last words.
I'll go first so our special guest can close out.
Yes, sir.
Make sure y'all get the digital destiny experience this
Get the
Friday.
digital.
Plug.
Get the digital. That's why I say destiny and digital. Get the digital. All right.
Go get that. Friday, June the 7th, it's live. I was at the show and I still got a copy, so you have no excuse. And we got School of Revival this week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. If you're going to be here, you might as well stay in town, come to church on Sunday.
Come on.
That's right.
We lit all week.
Okay. My last thoughts. Get your tickets for Ty Tribbett.
100%.
Only one night though. If you are in Indianapolis, Columbus, Houston, Dallas, St. Louis, Chicago, LA, San Francisco, get your tickets.
I asked him to post the link so I could post it, but keep going.
You could go on his Instagram. There's a link in the bio. Or just search Ty Tribbett Tour. It'll come up. Only one night though.
And y'all are coming to the end of it, right? How many more?
Coming to the end this week and next week. That's it. And we out of there.
All right.
So, yeah.
Y'all only got a couple more opportunities to see it. Y'all need to go check it out. I just, you know.
Should we have been more serious with our last thoughts?
No. I just feel like, you know what I'm saying?
I was just making sure.
I just feel like,
He did promo, so I was like, let me do it.
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
What you feel like?
No, I'm just saying, I mean,
You want to talk some more?
no, I'm just saying, like, she ain't gonna sing, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
She ain't gonna, I mean, that's
That's what
cool.
we doing.
That's
I'll
good.
sing. Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna sing. That's
What do
crazy.
I sing? Wow.
That's crazy.
Request?
We're about to end, and she ain't even.
What kind of request?
Like a little.
But you are kind of, you know.
I'm okay.
You're a little.
I'm okay.
You good?
I'll finesse it.
All right.
What y'all want to hear?
What do we want to hear, y'all?
Oh, wow.
Your favorite song on the
Can't do
Oh,
much
what is
with
your
that.
favorite? Oh, wait, no. Can we maybe
That's
copyright?
hard.
I don't know.
I can sing a song from the record
For
for
real?
sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
What's your?
The music is already
Don't
out.
you have you got a song with Ty? What's that song that you got? What your feature?
Revive Us?
Yeah, Revive. She got a whole song.
Okay.
Come on, man. She got a whole song, and she got a album and stuff like that. And we waiting on new music.
Oh.
New music.
They said that's not like a singy song for me. So
Okay, what's the singy song?
I can sing a song.
Okay, but what is it?
He want me to sing a song from the record, from my record.
Okay, what is that song?
Leave It All.
Maybe it's Leave It All.
He was just singing.
That's
Yeah. Okay.
He used to cry to that song.
Still do. Yeah. That's a good joint.
Okay. I gotta change the key. But God, I will follow you wherever you lead me. I'll leave it all for you wherever you lead me. Oh. So send me, I'll go. and speak, I'll obey. I'll desert the world to be with you. Send me, I'll go.
Was that you? Right?
Speak, I'll obey. I'll desert the world. I'll leave it all for you. I'll leave it all for you. I'll leave it all for you. Wherever you lead, I will follow you.
All right, any more than that, we got to pay for it. Any more than that, I start seeing the checks. I start seeing the money. I said, we can't do no more than that. That's awesome. That's a phenomenal end. Thank y'all so much for joining us. Thank y'all so much for Brandon being on the couch, for Jaleesa being on the couch. It was an amazing episode.
Right.
Thank you for everybody that joined us here in the studio. Thank you so much, Ariel, for continuing to produce, even behind the scenes. Thank y'all for everybody, even David, who, David, you did a great job.
Man.
David, you did a good job. All right, until next time, remember, dang, when we going back for Sons Only? All right. So we'll get back for Sons Only. We'll get back to for Sons Only at some point. But until next time, all right, I pray that you guys find a couch, find somebody that you can talk to, find some place that you can let your, you can let your guard down, talk freely, get some healing, get some mental and emotional restoration. We believe that is important in order for you to accomplish your assignment. We love y'all. We're praying for you. And until next time, have a wonderful night. Peace. Love y'all. Yeah, they said we missed for Sons Only, man. Y'all got to get on for Sons Only.
Soon.
All right, we're in.